The Worst Generation. The Worst Generation is made up of 10 pirate crews, each led by a rookie captain who caused enough chaos to shake the seas. Their exploits before even reaching the New World earned them the infamous title of the Worst Generation, marking them as a new wave of pirates to watch. Some of these crews sail like families, others like organized crime syndicates, but all left their mark in an era defined by upheaval and ambition. Let's go through each of the 10 crews, starting with the most famous of them all, the Straw Hat Pirates. Straw Hat Pirates. The Straw Hat Pirates are led by Monkey D. Luffy, whose goal is to become Pirate King. To Luffy, that title means complete freedom, the ability to travel the seas without limits. The rest of the crew shares that vision, but each of them sails with a dream of their own. Zoro wants to become the world's strongest swordsman. Nami seeks to chart a complete map of the world. Usopp aims to become a brave warrior of the sea. Sanji searches for the All Blue, the ocean where every fish from every sea gathers. Chopper dreams of being a doctor who can cure any illness. Robin pursues the true history by finding the Rio Poneglyph. Frankie wants the Thousand Sunny, the ship he built, to sail all the way to the end of the world. Brook carries on his promise to reunite with Laboon, and Jinbei fights for equality between humans and fishmen, continuing the will of Fisher Tiger. What makes the Straw Hats different from the other crews of the Worst Generation is how they're held together. Not by fear or greed, but by loyalty and shared trust. They're a family, each chasing their own ambition, while helping Luffy achieve his. Heart Pirates. The Heart Pirates are led by Trafalgar D. Waterlaw, a captain from the North Blue. His parents were doctors, and he naturally inherited that path, later becoming a surgeon after consuming the Ope-Ope no Mi. Law's goals have shifted over time, each one raising the stakes. At first, he sought revenge, to destroy Doflamingo and the Don Quixote family in honor of Corazon. After that, his focus turned to defeating Kaido, forming an alliance with Luffy to bring down one of the emperors. Now, his ambition reaches further, uncovering the meaning of the Will of D and the truth behind the Void Century. The Heart Pirates reflect Law's medical background. Their submarine, the Polar Tang, is both ship and hospital, and the crew's uniforms resemble scrubs. His closest men include Beppo, the mink navigator and fighter, along with Shachi and Penguin, childhood friends who've stood by him since the beginning. Jean Bart, once a slave under the Celestial Dragons, was freed by Law and now serves as helmsman. The Heart Pirates are not a massive fleet, but they are a tightly knit and disciplined crew. With Law's surgical precision and the unique power of the Ope-Ope no Mi, they've stood against enemies far greater in size and strength. Their roots in the North Blue, combined with Law's evolving ambition, place them among the most dangerous and intriguing crews of the Worst Generation. Kid Pirates. The Kid Pirates are led by Eustace Kid, a captain from the South Blue. His ambition is simple and direct, to rise above every other pirate and claim the title of Pirate King. Unlike Luffy, who sees that title as freedom, Kid views it as raw power and domination. That hunger has defined both him and his crew since they first set sail. The Kid Pirates are built for battle. Their ship, the Victoria Punk, is a heavy armored vessel that reflects Kid's own style of fighting. His right-hand man is Killer, a masked fighter known for his agility and twin scythes. The two grew up together in the South Blue, and Killer has been with Kid from the very beginning. Other named members include Heat, who uses fire-based attacks, and Wire, who wields a trident. While not as fleshed out as some of the other crews in the Worst Generation, the Kid Pirates earned a reputation as the most dangerous of them all. They will kill anyone weaker than themselves who stands in their way, even the innocent. Kid himself ate the Jiki Jiki no Mi, or Magnet fruit, a devil fruit that allows him to manipulate magnetic forces. He uses it to build massive weapons out of metal and scrap, overwhelming enemies with sheer destructive power. With Killer at his side, the Kid Pirates carved out their place in the New World through aggressiveness and violence. On-Air Pirates. The On-Air Pirates are led by Scratchman Apu, a captain from the Grand Line known as the Roar of the Sea. Apu ate the Oto no Mi, or Tone fruit, which allows him to transform his body into musical instruments. By playing sounds and rhythms, he can create cutting strikes, explosive blasts, and concussive waves, making his fighting style unpredictable and dangerous. Their ship is called the Stay Tune, a vessel themed entirely around music. It features a horn-shaped figurehead, drum-shaped crow's nests, and a cabin designed like a radio tower, all carrying the crew's Jolly Roger and the words "On Air." The rest of the crew is far less defined, with Apu's strength and personality shaping their identity. Loud, brash, and opportunistic, Apu is known for siding with whoever holds the most power. This led him to serve as an informant and later a subordinate under Kaido, a role his his crew followed him into. The on-air pirates stand out less for loyalty or numbers and more for adaptability. With Apu's unique devil fruit powers and his willingness to conform to whichever side holds the most power, they've survived in the new world as a crew that thrives on unpredictability. Hawkins Pirates. The Hawkins Pirates are led by Basil Hawkins, a captain from the North Blue known as the Magician. Hawkins ate the Wara Wara no Mi, or straw fruit, which allowed him to create and manipulate straw. By placing voodoo dolls inside his body, he could redirect damage onto others. Combined with his tarot card divination, Hawkins fought with a mix of mysticism and strategy that made him unpredictable. Their ship was called the Grudge Dolph, a vessel built around a voodoo theme. It had a doll-like figurehead pierced by a giant nail, black sails carrying their Jolly Roger, and a straw-roofed cabin decorated with masks. The crew was less developed compared to others, known mainly for their loyalty and their eerie presentation. Hawkins relied on tarot readings to guide his actions, and his men followed without question. This led him to submit to Kaido in the New World, prioritizing survival over open defiance. After the Battle of Wano, Hawkins admitted he had only a 1% chance of survival. It is widely assumed he succumbed to his wounds, but his death has never been officially confirmed. If true, it would mean the end of the Hawkins Pirates as an active crew. Fire Tank Pirates. The Fire Tank Pirates are led by Capone Gang Bedge, a captain from the West Blue. Bedge was once a mafia boss who ruled through calculated violence, cutting down both rivals and allies to maintain power. His ambition as a pirate carried that same underworld mindset, to climb the ladder of the New World and survive by forming temporary alliances when necessary. The crew sails aboard the Nostra Castello, a massive ship styled like a castle, reflecting Bedge's mafia and fortress themes. The vessel is heavily armed and, like its captain, designed for both intimidation and defense. Bedge himself ate the Shiro Shiro no Mi, or castle fruit, which turns his body into a fortress. He can shrink his crew and store them inside his body, releasing them in battle like an army. This ability makes the Fire Tank Pirates one of the most tactical crews of the worst generation, able to launch coordinated attacks instantly. Notable members include Vito, a gunman who serves as advisor and strategist, and Gotti, a fighter armed with a large cannon for an arm. Perhaps the most defining addition to the crew, however, is Charlotte Chiffon, Bedge's wife and daughter of Big Mom, along with their son Pez. This family tie briefly brought the Fire Tank Pirates under the umbrella of the Big Mom Pirates, though Bedge eventually turned against her in an assassination attempt. The Fire Tank Pirates stand out for their organization. Unlike the looser bonds of other worst generation crews, Bedge runs his men like a mafia family, with strict hierarchy and absolute control. Their strength lies not in raw numbers, but in discipline, loyalty, and Bedge's fortress-like devil fruit power. Bonney Pirates. The Bonney Pirates are led by Jewelry Bonney, a captain from the South Blue known as the Big Eater. Bonney ate the Toshi no Mi, or age fruit, which gives her the power to manipulate age. She can turn people into children, into the elderly, or change her own appearance completely. The full extent of this fruit's abilities is still unknown, and it's hinted that its secret may play a key role in the larger battle against the world government. Bonney sees Bartholomew Kuma as her father, and her entire journey is driven by her determination to restore him after the world government turned him into a weapon. Her crew is made up of people from the Sorbet Kingdom who once knew Kuma and chose to help Bonney in her search for him. Their ship started as a fishing vessel, later modified into a pirate ship, and reflects the humble beginnings of their voyage. The Bonney Pirates are not as large or battle-ready as other worst generation crews. What defines them is their loyalty to Bonney and the personal weight of her mission. She is not sailing for power or wealth, but to save Kuma and to uncover the truth behind the world government's crimes. This combination of unique devil fruit powers, personal ambition, and a crew bound together by a shared connection to Kuma makes the Bonney Pirates one of the most heartfelt forces in the worst generation. Fallen Monk Pirates. The Fallen Monk Pirates are led by Urouge, a captain from the Sky Islands in the Grand Line. Known as the Mad Monk, Urouge is a towering fighter with a calm but intimidating presence. He ate an unnamed devil fruit that allows him to convert damage taken into raw strength, turning pain into power and making him extremely dangerous in prolonged combat. Their ship is called the Hanjomaru, a vessel styled after Japanese folklore. It has a white oni figurehead with sharp teeth and wings, shrine-like designs built into its structure, and multiple sails marked with the crew's Jolly Roger. The ship's imagery mirrors Urouge's monk-like and mystical aesthetic. The crew itself is not well detailed, but they appear as monk-like warriors who share in Urouge's outlook and follow his lead. What sets them apart is their captain's achievements. Urouge has shown remarkable resilience compared to other worst-generation captains. He managed to defeat one of Big Mom's sweet commanders, Charlotte Snack, a feat that most rookies could never accomplish. This victory set him apart as one of the few worst-generation pirates to directly challenge a Yonko's inner circle and emerge victorious. Not much else is known about the Fallen Monk Pirates, but their origins in the sky, their unique ship, and Urouge's ability to turn damage into strength make them one of the most intriguing and mysterious crews of the worst generation. Drake Pirates. The Drake Pirates Pirates are led by Drake, a captain from the North Blue known as the Red Flag. Once a Marine Rear Admiral, Drake turned pirate, though his true mission was undercover. He infiltrated Kaido's Beast Pirates as a headliner while secretly serving in Sword, the Marines' covert unit. Drake ate the Ryu no Mi model Allosaurus, an ancient zoan fruit that lets him transform into a dinosaur. This power gives him immense physical strength and durability, making him a dangerous combatant in close quarters. Their ship is called the Liberal Hind, a modified marine battleship with inverted colors, likely carried over from Drake's time in the Navy. As a former marine vessel, it retains many of the same advantages, including Yarukiman resin coating that allows it to travel underwater to depths of 10,000 meters. The crew itself is not well known, but they follow Drake through his unusual path. Unlike the other worst generation captains chasing power or ambition, Drake's men served a captain balancing two worlds, a pirate by appearance but a marine by duty. The Drake Pirates remain one of the strangest cases among the worst generation, their existence blurring the line between outlaw and law enforcer. Blackbeard Pirates. The Blackbeard Pirates are led by Marshall D. Teach, better known as Blackbeard, a captain from the Grand Line. Unlike the other worst generation captains who were young rookies when they entered the New World, Blackbeard is older and more calculating. After decades under Whitebeard, he betrayed his crew and began a rapid rise to power. His ambition is not just to become Pirate King, but to become the king of the world, a ruler through absolute power and domination. Blackbeard is the only man known to wield two devil fruits. First, he claimed the Yami no Mi, or Dark fruit, which grants him control over darkness, letting him pull in anything and nullify other devil fruit powers. Then, after Whitebeard's death, he stole the Gura no Mi, or Tremor fruit, gaining the power to create earthquakes capable of sinking entire islands. Together, these abilities make him one of the most destructive forces alive. Their ship is the Saber of Zebek, named after Rox D. Zebek, the legendary pirate who nearly toppled the world government decades earlier. Its design is heavily armed and built for intimidation, reflecting both Blackbeard's respect for history and his intent to surpass it. The Blackbeard Pirates themselves are composed of infamous criminals, many recruited from Impel Down's level 6. Key members include Shiryu of the Rain, a swordsman and former jailer, Katarina Devon, the Crescent Moon Hunter, Van Augur, an expert sniper, Jesus Burgess, a brutal fighter, Avalo Pizarro, the Island King, Sanjuan Wolf, the colossal battleship giant, Vasco Shot, the drunkard, and Doc Q, a twisted doctor always accompanied by his horse, Stronger. What sets the Blackbeard Pirates apart is their sheer opportunism. In just a few years, they rose from obscurity to Yonko status, filling their ranks with the most dangerous outlaws alive. Unlike other crews bound by ideals or loyalty, the Blackbeard Pirates are held together only by ambition, the ambition of their captain to dominate the world itself. Subscribe and comment your favorite crew from the worst generation.